everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of Beyond the Barricade. We are live. It is 7:55 right now, Eastern Standard Time, for all those who are not joining us on the Eastern Coast. I want to start off the interview before I bring on Jayden Stehle. As many of you know, I am celebrating Victory Pro Wrestling's 17th anniversary with Victory Pro Wrestling. And there we go. I'm leaning up against the new logo that they did this year. And I want to announce, our next guest is Silky Smooth this Monday at 7. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And our guest after that, celebrating VPW, will be none other than Ricky Reyes. He's coming on the show. Many of you guys know him as Cortez Castro from Lucha Underground. So he's going to come and talk about VPW and whatever else is going on in his life. But we're here to celebrate VPW on Monday night. So make sure you guys tune in for that. You subscribe and like and all that stuff. And as always, leave comments. I also want to say real quick, besides the anniversary show I'm going to be at, which I'll mention a little bit more later on, this Saturday I will be at Icons of Wrestling, the Spring Fling up at Philly. Myself and Robbie Reb will be hanging out at our table. And alongside that, we will be giving out some keychains here and there for me and for Robbie. And then I'll be handing out these posters from previous guests, The Bout of G and Frankie, the wrestling docudrama that's out now. So I will be giving anybody who wants one for free. So make sure you stop by the table, say hello, and pick up your poster. That's a lot of stuff, man. But anyway, without further ado, let me bring out my guest, Mr. Jayden Stehle. How you doing?
Good, but first correction, it's Stehle. I got to make that my next t-shirt. Yeah, I got to make that my next shirt or something.
Stehle. That's right.
It happens a lot.
I know a lot of people butcher my last name too. Not Dank, my real last name.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny the legitimacy of my last name. So,
okay, maybe we can deep dive into that next time we talk. But for now, let us talk about you. Let us talk about how you fell in love with this wonderful world that we call wrestling that brings people together.
So at a very young age, I got exposed to what I have been called the worst pay-per-view to expose a child to.
Oh, no. Which one is that?
Flair for the Gold. Like, the first match I remember was Piper versus Valentine in that brutal dog collar match. And that was the first pay-per-view I ever watched. So that's why, like, if you see me on Facebook and I have a title match or something, I always go nuts with Stehle for the Gold on everything. Because of that pay-per-view being, like, so pivotal and, like, I got to watch this forever now. And then it didn't hit me that this is something I could do in, like, the real world until I was, like, rewatching pay-per-views on the WWE Network at the time. And I watched Piper versus Hart for the IC title, and I was like, I could do this. Right. This is, like, the greatest match I've ever seen, and I could do this. So that was like young me.
You just had that confidence from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
I was like, this is something I can do. And then I got super lucky. I hit high school. Turns out I'm 6'1.5". I'm insanely athletic. I can talk on a microphone in front of the entire school. And I'm thinking, oh, I can do this.
And let me tell you, that's hard to speak in front of everybody in front of a school. Very
difficult. I went into wrestling knowing even if I can't wrestle, I could talk everybody's ear off.
That's great. Let's talk about, now that you fell in love with wrestling, before we go to your training and all that, let's talk about what promotions you currently work out of.
Current IWA in Nutley, New Jersey is my home base promotion. That is where, if you want to see me at my peak, that is there. ECPW Adrenaline. Tomorrow night, I'm there tomorrow. Shore Star Wrestling out in Rio Grande, New Jersey. Okay. High Ground in Scranton at the Falcons Nest. I'm there Saturday. LTW, wherever they get in Jersey. That's a new one I started working with recently. And then there's always the ins and outs.
Okay.
I'm free this Saturday. You want me?
I don't know. There's no shows out here this Saturday. In a couple of weeks, we have one at NYWC. I don't know if you heard of it,
I'm
out in Long Island.
I've never worked that far out. I do have a
Really?
show coming up in Arkansas on June 10th, so
Really?
that's a
Okay.
road trip.
All right. All right. Arkansas. That's how far is that from you?
11 and a half hours.
Wow, that's a long trip. Are you going by yourself or you're carpooling?
I think I'm going alone, but there might be like
Whoa.
two other people in the car with me. That's a
Okay.
maybe though.
So you've never been out to New York, Long Island?
I've wrestled in New York, not like that far out into New York.
Okay. Where, upstate New York?
A little bit more, and then ECPW, Hudson Valley, their shows, I've worked them, and those are in New York. I don't know every building's the same at this point.
They've had a couple of shows out here in Long Island too.
Yeah, I know that I know the promoter focuses heavy on the building we're running Friday for Adrenaline, and then the Hudson Valley building. So I know those are like his wheelhouses, but he does have the Long Island branch.
He does, yeah, absolutely. All right. I mean, there's some good promotions out here. The one I just mentioned in the corner over there, Victory Pro Wrestling, that's one.
I've definitely seen it before. Vicky works out there a lot, right? Or am I wrong? Viacious, vicious Vicky. Yeah.
No, she actually hasn't been to VPW. We have, you might know them. They're from Valentina Vasquez. No,
maybe.
Anthony Gangone.
No,
really. I know some people. I'm going to bring up that poster real quick. Desmond Cole, who's in the bottom with the gold.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of them in Jersey with me.
Really? Not even Cade all the way to the left. He does a lot of Jersey shows.
I've seen his face before.
Okay.
I don't think I've shook the hand and said my name 3 times in one night because I keep forgetting who I met.
Right. Listen, when you meet a lot of people, it's hard to keep track.
Exactly.
I know how you feel. Sometimes I have people come up to me and I'm like, when they leave, I'm like, ooh, who is that?
Yeah, I'll shake one person's hand, I'll turn around and I'll see a fan and I'll shake their hand and be like, oh, you want something from me?
Have you ever had a conversation with someone and then when they leave, you're like, who was that?
Every day. There'll be kids I went to school with at the gym and they're like, oh, hey, how have you been? And I just wing it and then they walk away and I look at my buddies and I'm like, do we know them?
That's right. They were the kids you didn't want to hang out with.
Yeah, do I know those guys? They're like, we played football with them. Oh, they must have not been very good.
Oh, I hear you. All right, let's go into where you started training and who were some of your mentors during that process.
So it's a funny story, but my junior year of high school, the year right before COVID ruined everything, I got in trouble on the school computers for looking up wrestling schools.
That's not even too long ago.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Uh-huh.
And I was using the school laptops they gave us to find wrestling schools. Mm-hmm. So I sent all my stuff out to OVW and I got accepted into OVW, the Al Snow's course. So I was all geared up. Everybody's going to college. I'm going to Kentucky. I'm going to be a wrestler. COVID shuts everything down. I get an email that they're canceling like everybody that got accepted. Like, try again when this is over.
So terrible.
I was ruined. I was like, now what am I going to do? There was no one else I found. So I start Googling again, and I find IWF in Nutley, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. I move out to Easton, which lowered my drive by an hour. And I got to the building, and I'm thinking, I'm going to be a wrestler. I'm going to hit the ropes. I'm going to do this. I get there, and the boxing ring.
Oh, man.
So I learned how to wrestle in a boxing ring. So I wasn't good at hitting the ropes when I got into an actual ring. But Kevin Knight is...
That's definitely unique. I never heard that before.
It definitely helps you force your psychology to be there because you don't want to take bumps. So now, I'll work a show and I'll notice, you guys are just doing moves. There's no psychology to it. Right. So I go out there and I have the one match that's getting the people to actually hate me. And I'm like, I think I got a perk out of the boxing ring.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Mhm. That
Okay.
first person that trained me was Kevin Knight.
Mhm.
And then I did a few seminars with Dr. Tom Delirious, all those guys.
Mhm.
I moved back to PA, Jim Thorpe, and that's when I went out to Backbreakers in Scranton. That's now High Ground Pro Wrestling.
Mhm.
And starting this week, I am at Battlefield with Alpha Jr.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. Now that you finished your training and COVID is over for the most part, tell me about your first match. Who was your opponent, and what were your emotions going through that match?
So I'm not like a nervous person. I know like people say once you stop getting nervous, you've stopped loving this. And I'm like, I've never been nervous, but I do it. So I think you have to love this to do this.
Right.
My first match in front of people was I was in a slap together tag team, as most people start, against a slap together tag team. And it was a student showcase for IWF. On the finish, the tag order got messed up, and I'm in the back telling the guys, this is the tag order, this is how we're doing things.
Right.
So I get picked up for the finish, and I'm like screaming to the guy, the tag order's wrong. I'm legal. And he hits me at the move, and he goes to get up, and I like grab his wrist, and I'm like, you have to pin me, idiot.
Sounds like a unique match.
It was definitely something. I think if I relied on scripted work, we would have been in a real mess there.
You're not having much luck, man.
No, it was, and then it was back-to-back nights, which was another slap together tag team against another slap together tag team. And at that time, I did not have my gimmick. I did not have my cowboy hat. Like, I did not know who I was.
Right.
So I was just punching kick drills.
So tell me, how did you find your niche, your gimmick?
So I went to work a show, and the promoter's like, Jim Thorpe, that's out in the Poconos, right? I'm like, roughly. He's like, well, where do you live? Like, location-wise? I'm like, well, my family owns a ranch and everything. He's like, so you're a cowboy? And I'm like, a little bit. And he's like, so wear a cowboy hat, idiot. And I'm like, I own cowboy hats already. I want to wear the cowboy hat.
Yeah, wear the cowboy, right.
So now I do me. My buddy that I ride with, he's a worker. He made the joke in the car. He's like, your gimmick is so easy. It's like, there's you in the locker room. You come out from the curtain. Look, it's you in a hat.
Let's take a quick look at that real quick. There you are.
Just me in a hat.
What does the shirt stand for? HCE. Let's talk about that, because I at the bottom says something about your mother.
Ask your mother.
Ask your mother.
Ask your mother.
So let's ask about the shirt.
This will be the most public. It's the most public. I usually just I tell all the boys, and then I let everybody else figure it out. The PG version is highly charismatic entertainer.
Okay, what's the other version? Because you can.
The actual version is Horsecock Express.
I get it. Ask your mother. That's great. That's different. Different. I like it.
And from that,
where can we get this shirt? Oh, since we're talking about
ProWrestlingTees.com/Stehle.
I love it. Does it actually say that on the back or something?
No, there's nothing on the back. It is just that.
Nice. I love it. So how has it been? Let's talk about the shirt some more. How was the reaction to the shirt once you explain this to someone?
Oh, everybody thinks it's so funny.
What about some of your other wrestler friends?
They came up with, some of them helped come up with it, so they knew it was coming before it was coming. It was actually my ECPW debut the night we came up with it.
Was it?
So that was a big night for my career.
Oh man, I definitely am going to buy myself a shirt. Because
I give out stickers all the time.
Do you really?
So if you ever see me, I will have stickers on me. Just get one.
I need a sticker. I definitely need one. I'll put that in the back of my. Oh my God, that is great. I love it. I think we have a comment. Here we go. Put out a variant out with a horse on the back.
Actually, I'm
That's a good idea.
I'm the thoroughbred Jayden Stehle, so a thoroughbred's a horse. My new T-shirt coming out within the next week or two, it should be out, is the horse logo.
Does it say HC?
I sent all the information to the artist, so if they want to put it on there, it's on there. If not, it's not.
It has to be on there now.
If it's not on there, I'm gonna put it on the back.
Okay, you can release it as a limited edition or something.
Yeah. Because
Angel, would you get one of those?
How do you not?
Hey, Papa Duncan, Jayden. Hi, Serena. I want to know if Angel's gonna get a shirt. All right, let's keep going. I'm sure Angel will answer as we keep going. Damn, I lost all my train of thought after the shirt.
It ruins you.
Apparently, it ruins mothers too.
It is funny when people in the crowd do know. I remember walking out and some person in the crowd was like looking at me. And I just have to no-sell them because I know I'll start laughing.
Oh my God. Angel said, of course. Oh my God. Yeah, I need one. I think my son wants one too.
It's a family-friendly shirt.
It's a family, that's right. He would definitely say something to somebody, like, ask your mother. All right, let's go into, oh my God, I'm dying over here. Favorite opponent that you've wrestled so far? Whether it be chemistry, whatever, storytelling.
Chemistry is Casey Bonilla. I don't know if you saw my strap match with Bonilla, but that is who I debuted against. Me and him have had 45-minute matches and not called anything. Like, it is.
Wow.
That strap match was our 2-year blood feud blow off. Mm-hmm. So working with him is always the easiest, just because we started IWF together. So it's that, that training,
that camaraderie
bond. Yeah, you could say. Yeah. Tag, like working against tag teams. I like working with Love is Pain and my partner Ricky Price at ECPW. Mm-hmm. But like matches I'm looking forward to, I never really make those lists.
Okay.
I don't want to quote MJF too much, but they're more of the guys who are a little established. I want to put in their place and show them what this young generation's about. We aren't all just flips.
I mean, I don't think he's that much older than you.
No, he's not. But they're the guys on the indies.
I've seen him a lot before AEW because he's from out here.
Yeah, I know that. I know a lot of guys that have worked him.
Right, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, Max Caster, they're all from out here.
Because he's one of those guys, I'll be cutting a promo, and they're like, you cut your promos a lot like MJF. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't protect you in my promos.
That's good. That's good. I like it. So if you had to cut a promo at this very moment against a certain opponent, what would you say?
I usually go right for the jugular. I'm coming to your town to kick your ass. I try and figure out everything I can about this person. Like, if they have a move that they've messed up, mm-hmm. I'll say something about it.
Oh, really?
If something has happened to them, I will say something about it. Like, I know somebody, their tire popped on the way to the building. I mentioned that in my next promo.
Oh, shoot.
if you had a chance with me, your tire wouldn't have helped you that day. It's your Lord and Savior looking out for you, popping your tire. Like, anything you could think of.
That's great. I got to see some of these promos.
My favorite heat though is at last Shore Star show. A little kid yelled at me, "You fat piece of shit!" And I looked over at him. I'm not a piece of shit. I just walked away from him. And everybody's like, "You didn't say you're not fat." I was like, "No, I'm a little fat right now."
As long
So
as
I
you don't
just said,
throw
"I'm a."
vodka on him.
Uh,
Yikes. Yikes. That could be a bad moment after.
that's
All
turned
right.
into one of my favorite heats.
It's crazy. Crazy. Did you watch that match live?
I did.
Me too. I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for WrestleMania.
I'm excited for Cody.
Absolutely. He's like my
Uh,
top favorite.
and anything Gunther does. Other than that, I
What
don't
about
watch a lot of American wrestling. I'll admit it.
what about NXT? You watch some of NXT?
NXT kind of fell off for me really hard.
Well, when Triple
Like
H
it,
left?
yeah, it's very Nickelodeon now,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think that they got someone in there that's really talented. Grayson Waller. I think he's gonna go places.
I've heard things about him. I haven't watched a lot of them.
Yeah. Have you ever had a chance to wrestle anybody who's on one of these promotions?
I worked like a little like 20-minute thing with Ace Austin at like a
Oh, okay.
seminar,
Mhm.
but wrestled Buddy Murphy at a
Oh, really?
seminar, which was his seminar,
Oh, wow.
and it was like simple stuff. But I've worked Tony Atlas.
Mhm.
Tony
Any,
beat the hell out of me.
I bet. He's a tough guy. Any advice any of them have given you?
What was that?
Any advice that they've given you?
Oh, Tony, the best one he gave me was don't be afraid to hit a legend. If we can't take the shots, we should quit. Because he was like,
Okay.
I felt your shots, but I didn't feel them. He's like, I know you can hit me harder than that. And I was like, by all means, I could have hit you harder than that.
Right, right. Okay. All right. That's good advice. All right. Let's
But
go into. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the most advice people give you at seminars is general advice. Like, get your reps in is like the biggest thing I hear.
Get your reps in.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into an opponent you want to wrestle that you haven't wrestled before.
Currently, if you follow the IWA scene and all that going on, I think PJ Savage versus Jayden Stehle is gonna blow that
PJ
promotion
Savage.
out of the gate. Out of the gate.
I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy too.
He was supposed to come to my table at big event that we had up here in Queens this past Saturday, and he was stuck on the Cody line with his kids.
I saw the pictures from his line,
He's like,
but
I'm stuck on this line. I don't know if I can get to you. I'm like, okay.
it's a good like the IWA is my home base promotion, but it's like good because PJ's top heel, he's the champ. I'm
Right.
like mid card evil, and it's like people like PJ still, even though he's a bad guy.
Right.
Nobody likes me. Like you get to see the difference between a bad guy and a villain at each show.
Man.
Like PJ's bad. He's a mean dude.
Uh-huh.
Jayden Stehle is just the worst kind of human being on the planet. Not a single fan in that room,
Uh-huh.
and we've never interacted.
Really?
There has never been any mesh or interaction between the two characters in that venue.
Okay.
So it's like it's the slow build that nobody knows they're waiting for, but once it starts, it's like, where has this been?
Right. So there is a build right now for it.
Oh no, nothing. We have not
Oh, no.
interacted. We haven't talked. But it's one of those like fans don't know they want
You're
it
building it in
until
secret.
Well, it's like nobody knew they wanted Roman and Cody,
Right.
but once Roman and Cody was an idea, it's like, well, now I want this so bad.
Right.
So it's nobody knows they want this, but once it starts, it's history.
Well, there was a monkey wrench in that one. Sami Zayn.
And it's like everybody wanted that, but everybody knew how that was going to end.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's not over yet.
It's more believable for Sammy to beat Cody than for Sammy to beat Roman, is all I'm saying.
True, true. Do you think it's believable for Cody to beat Roman?
Oh, 100% with the story given.
Okay. All right. Let's go into favorite gimmick match that you've had.
The strap match. I love the strap match.
What do you like most about
I like the suspense of the four corners.
it? Uh-huh. Okay.
And with the story we did, I ran away from this dude like 3 times and jumped him like 5 times.
Uh-huh.
So it was very like even the odds and the visual of me being about 3 inches taller than him, 30 pounds heavier than him is always like, and now he's stuck to him. And maybe him running away was still better for him.
Okay. Hold on, we got a comment. Cody's 100% better than Roman. It's time for him to lose the title or both. I think it's time. It's definitely time.
If not now, then when?
If not, exactly. How many more days is he going to be champion?
How many more people?
Or how many more people he's going to go through? He's running out of people.
Yeah, that's...
All right, let's go into gimmick match you would want to be in that you haven't been in.
One I would want to have. I want to have a cage match. I want to have a War Games match.
Oh, War Games. Oh, those matches are really awesome.
Yeah, that's why I want one of those matches that I don't need to remember anything because we're just going nuts.
You're just going to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And hopefully come out the victor.
Yes.
All right, let's go. All right, let's jump out of wrestling for a moment. Let's talk about some of your favorite hobbies, what you like to do on your off time.
I've been exposing myself on these podcasts recently. I have like no winter-based hobbies.
Only summer.
So I just like, yeah, I like sit in my house all winter and like play video games and read because I don't have any winter hobbies.
My son does that too, except the reading.
Yeah, books are great, but I don't read normal books, so I'll give myself the scratch there. It's all these like wilderness books, like how to cook in the woods, how to identify mushrooms.
That's kind of out there.
Yeah, because then they tie into my summer hobbies of like I go kayaking a lot.
Oh, okay.
And then like bunch of big trail hiking.
Okay, so that's some of the stuff you enjoy.
Yeah, and then the yearly consistent one is I go to the gym like 2 to 3 hours a day, every day.
2 or 3 hours. I go like an hour and it's tough.
That's going nuts in there.
An hour of workout. That doesn't include getting there, getting ready once you're there, do the work. And then, once you leave, one of the guys who works at my gym, he's also a wrestler. So we just sit there and just BS about anything, wrestling, whatever.
It's few.
So it's like a 2-hour process by the time I leave.
There are a few people I talk to at my gym, but like I'm not a big socializer at the gym. I want to get in there, destroy my body,
right,
and go home. And think about doing cardio.
Cardio. I used to do it so much, and now like I've stopped. Ever since I was sick in late October, I caught COVID, and then in late December, I caught the flu. And then I just couldn't get back into the cardio. It took me a good month and a half to get like really back into the gym. Like I was going like religiously 6 days a week and just killing it. And then I had like a month off for one illness. And then I started back up for a little bit, and I had the other illness. I was off for another month. And then it's like, oh man, it's crazy. Crazy. But when you go to the gym, what is your favorite type of routine that you go? Like, do you have certain days you do different things?
So I follow, I think it's a pretty basic routine of Monday is chest, shoulders, and triceps, push day. Tuesdays back and buys, Wednesdays legs. But my Wednesdays and my Saturdays alternate weekly. Well, Saturdays sometimes turn to Sundays because of shows, but
Mhm.
they legs and plyometric workouts get swapped weekly because you got to work your legs, but you also have to be athletic. So one week Wednesdays legs, the next
Mhm.
week Wednesdays plyometrics, and
Okay.
then Sunday would be legs, Sundays plyometrics. Like they just swap out. I do each once to twice a week.
What cardio do you do when you do cardio?
Stairmaster.
Oh my god, that thing is a killer, man. How long do you
I
go on that
think
thing? I can't get past 6.5 minutes.
an hour is the longest I've ever gone on it.
And then I tap out. Like I can't do this no more. I'm done.
I never
Uh,
touched one, and then I was listening to something that Ric Flair's workout used to be an hour of the stair.
ooh, that's tough, man. So do you do that after your hour of normal just work? I think I lost Jayden. I lost Jayden. Oh no. All right. Well, hopefully Jayden will be able to come back. But hopefully he comes back soon, actually. So before he comes back, we can talk about this. Jayden, I'm going to put you in the background till you come back. I'll see you wiggling over there. But let's talk about the big O. He is returning to the podcast on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. So you're not going to want to miss that. He's going to be talking about Matt Cardona, the upcoming. Oh, Jayden's gone completely. Matt Cardona's match at the NYWC building on March 25th. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that. Serena's like, oh dear. Wait, I think he's back. Hold on, Serena. I think he's back. Let me take this out. Are you back?
I don't know what happened.
You froze.
Oh
Once we
yeah,
start talking about stairs, you froze.
it just turned into two spinning circles. I was like, maybe if I leave and come back.
I mean, scares are scary. Stairs are scary. 6 p.m. Oh, you're right, Serena. It's at 6 p.m. All right, enough about that. Let's go back into Jayden. All right, so Stairmaster, you're doing an hour. I don't know how you do that. God bless you.
That's only on my
Um,
leg days, so like twice a week.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you do the hour, and that's your routine for the day, and then you go? Or you do
Yeah,
an
I'll either
hour
start.
plus other things?
So I'll start my leg day with I'll do my whole legs,
Mhm.
and then I'll do the stairmaster to finish.
Okay.
Because then when I do back, I do 15 minutes on the rower, and then days that the back isn't involved, it's the assault bike.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a good routine. How's it working for you?
It's I look better than a lot of guys I have to wrestle.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good. Did you go today?
I'm going right after we finish. I have my
So,
pre-workout right here, sponsored by Old School Labs.
all
Mango
right.
margaritas, their new
Let,
flavor.
let's talk about your sponsor real quick. Go ahead.
Old School Labs, protein, supplement, everything you need. They sent me this sweet hoodie. They give away shakers all the time. This is their Blast Max, which is like my caffeine tolerance is insane and it makes my ears burn.
Mhm.
So it'll get you through your workout. It's mango margarita flavor. Code
Nice.
MMS00 at checkout, oldschoollabs.com. 15% off. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. I got Pro Brothers. They sponsor me too with some of my tables here and there and some of my equipment. So, all right. I mean, everybody needs a sponsor, maybe even more than one.
Everybody needs supplements.
Everybody needs supplements. I know I need supplements. What do I use? I use Premier Protein from Walmart.
Well, that stuff's garbage. I don't want to be that guy, but I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Uh,
Hop on! I got you a 15% off code.
Okay, all right. I'll try it
Check
out.
out the
See what happens.
check out the flavors. Mango. They got banana milkshake, protein powder. What
Okay.
else? Pumpkin spice, tiramisu. They got some lemon cheesecake. They got some crazy flavors.
Lemon cheesecake. Interesting.
Yes, taste exactly how it sounds.
I might have to get some and try it out because I when I do some of the stuff, not the Walmart stuff, but there's a strawberry banana one I tried. It was really good. So if I could just imagine what a mango margarita would taste like.
Mango margarita is the pre-workout.
Hooked up Papa with a new sponsor. That's not my sponsor. That's his sponsor. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to be the guy that poaches sponsors. Nobody wants to be that guy.
They take good care of me over there.
That's awesome, man. Good. Have they sponsored some of your matches?
We're working on that.
Awesome. Good for you. How did you hook up with them?
I bought it because I was like, I need a new supplement brand, and I was like, is that smoked pineapple pre-workout? I'm buying it. I
Right.
bought it. I posted a picture of it, and next thing I know, they were like, we'd love for you to be an ambassador, and I was like, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Hell no. I wouldn't say no either.
So it was very just. I made a post. It
Right. Okay.
happened.
I tried to do the same thing with Prime and no go. Not even a like.
Logan Paul's a little stingy.
He's a little stingy, that's right.
I've been trying to get Bud and Bush Light to sponsor me for months, and they are not tugging.
Nothing. I've tried
No.
everything. I've even tried Manscaped because I hear they'll sponsor people.
Try Raid Shadow Legends. They hop on everyone.
But think about the possibilities of this. You ready? Manscaped with this shirt.
We'll add a double H, Harry.
That's right. Oh my God, that's great. I love that shirt. I need to get one. I'm definitely getting one. 100%. You either this by the end of the weekend, I'm ordering one.
The Thoroughbred shirt's coming out. I'm doing a in-person only black and white one where we're doing the NWOHCE logo on the back with it. So that's my come to a show and you can get one of these shirts, but if you get it on Pro Wrestling Tees, you get it in color.
Gotcha. All right. That's good. That's good good advertising, good thinking outside the box. That's
so if you're like me and you're a huge NWO fan, you can get the NWO Thoroughbred shirt.
Absolutely. Who's your favorite member?
Kevin Nash all the way. That's what somebody told me. It was a wrestling red flag that I model my working style after Kevin Nash of bump as little as possible.
Hey man, he's a legend, one of the all-time greats.
That's what
in my book.
I tell him all the time. He's a millionaire, not you. So I'm not listening to your advice. I'm gonna listen to Kevin Nash.
I'm gonna listen to Kevin Nash. That's a good way to think about it. That's right. I'm not listening to you. Kevin Nash is a millionaire.
Yeah, Kevin Nash. He clearly knows what he's doing.
We got a question for you: Scott Hall or Macho?
I'm a big Scott Hall fan. I have a razor blade necklace on right now. But Macho, man. Macho, yeah. Down. Big NWO guy.
Oh, wow. Do you collect
Macho, man.
Have you seen the Funko Pop with Hogan, Hogan, Nash, and Hall? It's like
I don't collect Funko Pops, but I have that one.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Because I saw it and I was like, hell yeah.
I need that one. That's right. They had a Hogan in the NWO separate, but he was like really rare.
I have a Hogan. I remember that. I have a Hogan that came out around the Hogan scandal time. Mm-hmm. So they all got pulled before they were really released. So it's up in my room and it's like $285 resale right now.
Really? Oh, was that the shop exclusive?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Or
think
It
so.
was the FYE exclusive.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's the shop exclusive. I'm a huge Funko guy. So I'm pretty sure
You're probably right then, because I'm not.
I have the only came in the game. Yeah, it only came with the game. I have the Freddy. The Freddy Funko is the mascot of.
I know that.
Okay, so at like San Diego, they'll have Fun Days, which is like the Funko event, and they'll either give out. Actually, no, they do give out. Once you get your ticket in there, they give out like a box with some of the limited ones, and then you can win. Like they have games and stuff, and there'll be a limited edition Freddy, some as little as 24 pieces, made worldwide. So they made some Hogans. They made two Hogans, one regular Hogan and one where his like eye is messed up. They have a Sting Freddy. Yeah, and then they just released the Macho one last summer. 2,000 of those.
That I'm not like big Funko guy, but like if I see them and I like it, I buy it. Like I have Rob Zombie, I have Captain Spaulding
Okay.
from the Rob Zombie movies. I have the Stone Cold from the 2K16 that was exclusive in Australia.
Oh
So I
wow.
have that one.
Okay.
What else do I have? Some good ones, but I can't even remember. Like I buy wrestling ones.
There's a haul in Nash one that were chases in their
I don't
NWO
have
gear.
that.
They're in their NWO gear.
I have the like a lot of the movie banner ones. Like I have the Batman comic one,
Mm-hmm.
the AC/DC album one. Like if I'm into the thing, I'll buy it.
Gotcha. Okay, that's probably the best practice. Don't be like me, where I need to get all of them now, and I have a
yeah. I see people's collections, and I'm like, I doubt you're even into that.
It's crazy. Don't get into it. In fact, with the convention this weekend, I got my Ted DiBiase chase and my Jake the Snake chase and my Luger two pack with Sting ready. Go get them signed.
Well, if you're getting them signed, then like that raises the value like crazy.
Oh, okay. Is your Hogan have the red bandana on?
I think so.
Oh, that's got to be the game one then, right, Angel? Angel knows about this stuff. Anyway, all right. Let's get enough about Funkos. Let's get back into some of your goals for the year. What are some of the goals you have?
Well, the first goal I had was I want to work at least 2 shows every month, and now it's turning into I would like a weekend off at least once a month. Very quickly. I have yet to win a strap anywhere, so maybe something like that.
Okay.
But
okay, when you win your first one, you gotta let me know.
That's when I'm making all my revisits to podcasts.
Just tag me.
Tag all of them across the top.
I did it.
But there's a few. I'm currently in LTW's hardcore scene, so
I want you to take a look at this because we have my vlog interaction coming out tomorrow on the channel. And there's a strap there that you might be interested in. It is the 23-6 YouTube Heavyweight Championship, handcrafted in Australia by a Bushman.
I am a heavyweight.
Not a beautiful title.
It is nice. I see a lot of bad titles out here, but seeing promotions with nice titles is always a bite to come join the roster.
It's a good title. It's my channel title. It's been defended everywhere, basically. In the woods, in the backyards, in the wrestling events.
Well, I live in the woods, so.
Oh, really?
Middle of the woods.
So does a friend of mine, Mike Anthony. He lives in the woods, too.
I think my closest neighbor's half a football field away, roughly.
Really? Wow. You got a lot of land.
I'd like to keep it that way.
Don't come to Long Island. There's no lands like that out here.
Not a city person whatsoever.
Yeah, don't live out here. But come wrestle out here though.
Hey, I get the message for the booking and I'm not booked that day. I very rarely say no.
Good. That's what you got to do. You got to branch out. Do you have any plans to go overseas or anything like that? Maybe take
My end goal. So I get a lot of garbage from my friends that my end goal is not WWE in any way, shape, or form. I just want to wrestle full time in Europe. That's all I want.
Okay.
Like the only weekly wrestling show I watched live is Progress Wrestling out of the UK.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yes.
like that's my favorite. That's
What about some of the wrestlers out there that you like to wrestle?
Gene Money is my favorite over there right now. I love Gene. Like entertaining, everything makes sense. He's just my favorite to watch. The Lycos in that same progress, they're great. But those are like if I'm gonna have a dream match, it's G Money.
G Money. Okay.
I actually think that's on my because I'm big on write down what you want. I think that's on there somewhere. Is have a
That's on
match
your
with
list?
G Money. I think that's on there somewhere.
Okay. Let's get you packed and ready to go. What about Japan? Any thoughts about going to Japan?
If I get there, I get there.
Okay.
But Europe is the main goal.
Europe is the main goal.
I think I have something cooking for Puerto Rico, not Mexico, but Puerto Rico. Right. Nobody told me I'd be famous before I was rich. It's crazy how that happens.
Hey, crazy things happen in this business. I never thought I'd be doing a podcast here, talking to you.
I never thought people would ask me to do podcasts.
It's very a good way to get your name out there. Try different.
Oh yeah, podcasts. I never say no to them.
Yeah, definitely not. No, there's a couple.
This is my second one.
That I've said no.
This is my second one this week.
Is it really?
On Tuesday I did Anthony Blackwell.
Oh, okay. I know. I know who he is. I think he was a couple of tables down from me at the big event.
He's gonna be there Saturday where you're at, so make sure you. Yeah, tell him that your interview with me was better than his.
Oh, he might hate me then. I don't want anybody to hate me.
I love Anthony.
I have been good friends with they're going their separate ways now, but the Dudes at Ringside podcast. So,
I've never talked to either of them really.
Yeah, well, they're going their separate ways. They're doing different things. So, but
what you gotta do? You gotta have Anthony on here.
They interview. I would love to have Anthony on here. Absolutely.
You gotta interview an interviewer.
I interviewed the Dudes. That's what I interviewed. They do a lot of UK European wrestlers. They know a ton of them. I'm gonna send your name to one of them. He's doing his own. Who's my close friend, Metal Geek. He's starting his own thing. So I'll send him your name so he can have you on his show.
Oh, I'll never say no to a podcast.
Good. Yeah, we have me and him. We help out each other. So that's cool.
That's how this has to be. There's competitive promotions, and it's crazy that those promotions don't last a year. But
see, I got no ill will with any other podcast. I'm cool.
There's no point. There's no point.
This is for fun. This is me doing fun stuff. This is not my career or I want to go get signed or something. This is me having fun with everybody. So I have no animosity towards anybody. As long as they're respectful, I got no issues. So I'd love to have Anthony on. If you talk to him.
I'll talk to Anthony. Because me and him are cooking a little something up. If you watch his episode with me on it, that I don't know when it comes up. At the end, we have a little idea that we're going to start doing coming up here because we realized how close we live to each other.
Oh wow! I know I follow him because I saw after the big event. I saw some of the things he did. I saw him going up to Cody and Charlotte. He's got a lot of you know what I mean.
Oh, he's always fun to just give him a mic and tell him to interview people. It's were you at the super camp by Standalone Wrestling? Sergeant Slaughter, Sting were there.
No, I was not. No, I don't get out of Long Island. This is my first time. doing like this sort of thing in Philly. I usually do either the big event or the big event and VPW. And we went to Connecticut last summer to do a show out there by a lake. So Philly is probably like my biggest move out there.
We
love Metal Geek. And I'm gonna show you one thing before you go on to your next sentence. I'm gonna be promoting this at big event, which is not to do with me, but one of my former guests. It's called The Ballad of G and Frankie. They sent me just some posters today, like 50 posters to give out at the event. And it's a wrestling docudrama that's out on Venmo. Venmo, not Venmo, Venmo. And I'm just going to be giving out for them, you know, 'cause I'm trying to help them out too. Good people.
Exposure.
That's right. So it's not just about me. It's about
that's what I help too. Yeah, I always find ways to how do I get my 8x10s out there without charging people, because most people don't want to pay for them. Just because getting that picture out there is going to do more for me than that $5 they're paying me.
I know. I'm going to email them later on tonight to say how much it cost them, because like these posters are pretty high quality, and he got them to me like in 2 days. They were in my door.
Yeah, that's what, like, somebody, I gave a kid an 8x10. The dad's like, how much is that? I was like, shut up and follow my Instagram.
That's good. You got to stay in your heel gimmick.
Oh, always. But like, I have like a method. Like, if you follow me on any form of social media, you can have a sticker. If you buy 2 stickers, you can have an 8x10. If you buy 2 8x10s, then like I'll follow you back or something. If you show me that you ordered 2 T-shirts, I'll give you an 8x10 and I'll sign it. Like, I have like this marketing racket to get people to move stuff, follow me, all that.
I love an 8x10. When the other shirt comes out, I'll pick them both up. How about that?
I got to order those black and white ones once the logo comes out.
Definitely. Let me know. Hit me up and let me know.
I will let you know.
All right. Let's go. The time has flown. Let's go. And I know you got to go to the gym, and so do I. So
gym's 24 hours. I'm never in a rush for that.
Well, I am, because I got to be at work. I got to wake up at 6 to go to work. You know, I'm 50 over here, man. I'm not 20 something. I'm 50 years old.
21.
21.
My Bud Light glass, respectively, legal.
One last thought. Where do you see yourself in, let's say, 3 years from now?
Hopefully, starting in Europe. I want within 5 years at minimum to be at least over there training.
Okay. All right. When you go on Metal Geeks podcast, mention this stuff, because he knows a lot of people out there. A lot of people.
That's what I look up, schools over there and everything all the time. I'm currently in the process of getting my passport book up just to have it ready in case, because you never know when stuff comes up. I didn't think I'd be going to Arkansas. Next thing you know, I'm getting asked to come down to Arkansas.
It's good.
So
Puerto Rico.
You never know. What?
Can you talk about the promotion? Which promotion is?
In Arkansas?
No, in Arkansas, but in Puerto Rico?
In Arkansas, it's the AWA, Arkansas Wrestling Association. And Puerto Rico, it's just some training schools I've been talking to, like, that have connections with promotions. So there's no official one promotion yet.
Okay.
So I'd be going down there for like a month or so, training with that school, working the show that they send me to every Saturday for that month.
All right. Okay, awesome. Jayden, thank you for coming on the show. Let's talk about upcoming quick appearances other than the one in Arkansas, and then your social media tags.
There's all the ones I mentioned at the start. There's Shore Star Wrestling June 3rd, Arkansas, June 10th. IWA is in 2 places in 2 separate months. We have next month on the 22nd, where I am the first announced entrance of the Breakthrough Briefcase, which is just our Money in the Bank, for the Breakthrough Division title. And May 22nd, I believe it's a Sunday, we are at El Nachos Cantinos in Elizabeth, New Jersey for a huge showcase. I'm doing the meet and greet. Doors open at 2 o'clock for that. I don't blame anybody for coming to meet me. But
I don't blame them either.
Right? And then tomorrow I am in Ridgefield Park at 106 Bergen Street. The address is burned in my brain. For ECPW's Luck of the Draw, where the fans pick the match and the match type. And then Saturday, I'm at the Falcons Nest in Scranton for High Ground Pro Wrestling. And then next week, I will be taking place in Titans Free for All for the new promotion that they are starting down that way.
Okay, awesome. Where can everybody follow you?
Jayden.Stehle on Instagram, Jayden Stehle on Facebook. All of my links for my t-shirts and everything are in that Instagram bio. And if I'm wrong and it's not a dot, it's an underscore. So
okay, awesome. I think we do have a comment. Oh, yes. Serena says, thank you for being on the podcast. Thank you.
Anytime with this 2-week delay, I hope it was worth it.
It was definitely worth it. I had a lot of fun talking to you. Now I'm going to plug away some stuff I got going on. Monday night, we continue our VPW 17-year anniversary event celebration with Silky Smooth. We'll be talking to Silky about his role at VPW, how he started and all that, and the current goings on in the group he's in, Kane Industries. And we're going to see. Maybe someone will drop by. Silky's got a lot of enemies out there. He's a top heel at VPW. Let me tell you. And then we have, that's you.
That's me again.
We have Monday as well, Ricky Reyes coming to talk about VPW for the anniversary special. So make sure you stay tuned after Silky and see my interview with Ricky. This is the second time he's been on the podcast. He's a busy guy, so I appreciate his time. Very busy guy. Also coming up at that anniversary show will be Saturday night, April 15th, featuring the return of BSK. You can get your tickets at victoryprowrestling.com, and they also have sponsorship packages where you can sponsor your favorite wrestler for that event. And BSK in the house, a.k.a. Jeeves from Ring of Honor, if you follow Ring of Honor. So that's the anniversary show, Saturday night, April 15th. Make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets. Please go get your tickets. As for myself, I'll be at Icons of Wrestling this weekend, this Saturday at Spring Fling with Robbie Rebel. We will be out there signing autographs, taking pictures, giving out stuff. Please come down. And now we had a delay with this, but tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Blog Interaction comes out featuring the Heavyweight YouTube Championship, the 23-6 title. Find out what's going on with that, if the Solution can hold on to that title or is he going to lose it. The Solution's got a lot of enemies, so make sure you stay tuned for that, as well as other fun surprises from that last Victory Pro Wrestling event I was at. Whew. And last but not least, also this next week, Tuesday, the Big O returns, the NYWC World's Heavyweight Champion. He's facing Matt Cardona on March 25th. And I'm so excited for this match. And I'm so excited to hear his thoughts on his one-time broski friend, Matt Cardona. It's a lot of stuff going on, Jayden.
Yeah, that made me even remember that if you check out on the Intense Wrestling Alliance YouTube page for IWA, we have our weekly show Intensity, which is half an hour, 45 minutes of, it's a show. It's a wrestling show that you could pay a ticket for and be happy with. There's a crazy amount of talent on there. You might find your next interview. Check. I recommend it. We put a lot of work into this.
Awesome. I'll have to check that out. But make sure that you also buy this shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com. This is not my new favorite shirt of the month. Screw it. I'm going to say the year. This is my new favorite shirt of the year.
And the year is young.
And the year is young. I can't wait to see the other ones you're going to come out with.
This is the best indie shirt ever.
You know what? I might have to agree with you. It's very original.
Well, my finish is the lariat. And we were going to name it the AR 15 inches. But we didn't want anybody thinking like, oh, AR, gun nut. Like, so to avoid politics, it's just the horse cock lariat.
That's right. All right. Jayden, thank you very much for being on the podcast. I appreciate you. Stay tuned after the interview for a moment. As for everybody else, have a great night. Come back Monday night, 7 o'clock, Silky Smooth. followed by Ricky Reyes. And if you're in Philly Saturday at Icons of Wrestling, come see me. I'll be there with Robbie Rebel at my table, and hopefully I can meet my fellow podcaster Anthony Blackwell at that event. Please, Jayden, mention to him that I want to talk to him and say hello. And hopefully I'll get to see
next time I see him.
Next time you see him here. Hopefully it'll be before Saturday.
Oh no. I'll text him.
Text him. And I'm hoping to meet one of my favorite all times, the $1 Million Man, and get my pop signed. So everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share and tell all your friends, including your uncles, your cousins, your aunts. Tell
your
mothers. Your mothers. And then tell them about this shirt. Tell them about that shirt. Everybody have a great night.